Hey everyone, we are already on chapter 14 and it's your lucky day because there's only 8 questions in today's video. Alright, there's only a few questions on chapter 14, which is all about property insurance. Since this video is quick, I think it's a great time to re-mention, like I usually do in my videos these days, that I am affiliated with Keller Williams and you should be affiliated with Keller Williams, and I have a video on why or how you should choose a brokerage linked somewhere up here in the corner and down in the description, or just go interview in your local office. You won't regret it. And lastly, if you decide to join Keller Williams, if you decide that they're a great fit for you, I would absolutely love it if you put me down as a sponsor. It means a great deal for my business. Quite a few of you have already done it and it's been an amazing experience. We could be referral partners and all over the world. And now let's just jump right into the 8 questions that we have coming up. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but for once I'm wearing a shirt that is not just a plain bluish color. Just thought that was a little fun fact. But let's go. All right, question 1. Flood insurance policies are typically A, purchased from private insurance companies, B, purchased from the federal government, C, purchased from FEMA, or D, part of the homeowner's insurance policy. So here's a really great question that an agent will never need to know because homeowners order the insurance, right? Not agents. But let's knock off 2 of these easy ones. The Fed does not give out insurance and neither does FEMA. FEMA draws out the flood zones, right? So the answer here is from private insurance companies. A is the answer. Question 2. The clause within a homeowner's insurance policy that penalizes the policyholder for underinsuring the property is A, exclusion, B, subrogation, C, condition, or D, coinsurance. So a property owner must have insurance that covers at least 80% of the value with the coinsurance clause. The answer there is D. Exclusion is something that's not covered. Condition is what limits the coverage. And I'm not sure what subrogation is. All right, question 3. The type of homeowner's insurance policy that is known as all risk is HO2, HO3, HO4, or HO6. So this is asking what the most common type of residential insurance is. So when in doubt, select this one. HO3 is the policy. B is the answer. HO4 and HO6 are renters and condos. Anything less than HO3 is not great coverage and very basic. You probably won't see any other answer besides HO3, HO4, or HO6. Question 4. If a seller sells his or her house and retains possession for 30 days after the closing, they will most likely be required to purchase an HO4 policy, allowed to retain their previous homeowner's policy, covered under the buyer's new insurance policy, or D, required to purchase some type of property damage policy. So as I just said in my previous answer, HO3 is the all risk policy, right? But HO4 is a renter's one. So when you have a temporary possession of a house that's no longer your property, you're a renter, right? So the answer here is A, you will be required to get an HO4 renter's policy. Question 5. The type of homeowner's insurance policy that is associated with ownership of a condo is HO2, HO3, HO4, and HO6. I might have already answered all of these, it looks like, since I ran through them in question 3. HO6 is the condo policy. So the answer there is D. Question 6. The type of homeowner's insurance that is known as renter's insurance is HO2, HO3, HO4, and HO6. So now we're just getting a ton of great examples as why you should move on from questions you don't know on a test and then star them and then come back to them later, because many questions on future parts of the test will help you answer previous questions that you may not have gotten, right? If you got all 3 of these, HO3, HO4, and HO6 as questions on the test, and then you start putting things together in your mind, it all starts connecting. If HO3 is your all risk policy, and then a future question asks about a renter's policy, you know you're not going to select HO3 because that was the answer for a different question. You're going to select either HO4 or HO6, right? So once you start getting all these questions and moving through the test, you'll be able to come back and help with all the new thoughts that you have, all the questions that help you answer those previous questions. It'll just help you move forward. If you're confused about what I'm saying right now, go watch my video about how to pass the test. I think I break it down a little bit better there. But so here we know it's CH14 because the answer in question 4 was about renters. It just helps reconfirm your decision. Question 7. An insured hazard or risk is known as endorsement, liability, peril, or condition. So endorsement is something that is added to the basic policy, like another peril or new item. Liability is for claims against others or people, like if someone is on your property and trips and falls and breaks their leg or something. Then peril is the insured hazard or risk of loss. That's the answer, C. That's just a key word. Question 8. A homeowner's insurance policy includes coverage for structure and contents only, personal liability, both structure, contents, and personal liability, or neither structure, contents, nor personal liability. The answers in A or B has to be correct, right? One or the other or both, right? You can't, what's the point of insurance if it doesn't cover structure or human liability, right? Well, the answer is it is both. The physical structure and people inside are covered. So C is the answer to that. Well, that was lightning fast. I hope you still enjoyed it and got value from it. At least one of the HO policy questions will be on the test more than likely, so definitely know the HO3, HO5, HO6 type of thing. Thanks again for watching, y'all. Chapter 15 is up next on landlord and tenant, so go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those other future videos, as well as smashing that like button down below so it helps other future agents find my content. We're almost to the finish line, over 3/4 of the way done, and most of the remaining chapters are pretty quick, except for the next chapter, chapter 15. And see ya!